Zara so bawa emai ko hai. Tong pe ngang le na zo pe ma tang. Da nye din din ran re mo ma sir. O ze ran par de le won chen chu. Jarwa kinh chu ro ro de pa yang. Yon jor tsurende yon jor da nye yang par yang. So ma serendo shar je sa ni pa. Ye pa shi rai ra je pong de sar. Yong ba tu kara dev se a pa le. Yo wan en zen ke sar pong yon te. Zum ding dong cha ja pe ling wan jing. Do jir shen zong sen bi zen bar we. Ne song zhe song ka mar ting sin le. Hong chi yi xi sen bai jin zhang jiu. Sa hong ba hui da dai ni mi ten. La yang to le wong chi ring e la. Jin zhang me do bi da mar me zhi. Xiar ze ro mo dan jie. Chu ba mo me zarwa ta dan ga da. Abe gen za de ma. Xie so re bum jie jie wo ne wan gu. Ge gai zhe ma da jin jie la ma. Jie wo ren jie le nam nam we jin jin. Wan la da ge le la den ba jo. Om Benze Shenjana Sato Benza Argam Sarva Bunza Nunga Samandra Savaren Samaye Hong. Om Benze Shenjana Sato Benza Pading Sarva Bunza Nunga Samandra Savarena Samaye Ahong. Benze Shenjana Sato Benza Pipe Sarva Bunza Nunga Samandra Savarena Samaye Hong. Om Benze Shenjana Sato Benza Dipam sarva bunza manga samanda savarena samaye hong. Om bunza shenjana sato benza. Aloke sarva bunza manga samanda savarena samaye hong. Om bunza shenjana sato benza. Gende sarva punza manga samanda savarena samaye hong. Om menze shenjana sato benzara neve. Sarva punza manga samanda savarena samaye hong. Om menze shenjana sato benzara. Shabda sarva punza manga samanda savarena samaye So no praise to Manjushri. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart, he has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the presence of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakened those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramani's speech. He wields the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Buddhist hour form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Kange lode dimye tindar nyadar nandai rasarwa. Jianye donggen jijin zesere nye dogar ling wan zeng. Kanda sipe zungrar mare mendong dungar jizere. Roso gen lai peje tarse yen lai chu jie yang din song. Rô dar che roi nye moi nye long le je jia zhou zhong zi jian. Ma re men se dong ar nyu ge jie nie jiong zi ra zhe na. Do ne da jian sa jian dar song yong de le zo jar se ge. Jia chai jia dan jiu nie jian zhe da lo men se jiu lan de. Short press to Manjushri. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and the dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjushri. And the heart chara is a sandis on which stands the mom syllable, surrounded by the mantra, circling clockwise. In golden light, like ready from the mantra, evoking all the blessings and energies of all the Buddhas, which dissolve into the mom syllable, again lay ready in the transformed outer universe, into the sphere pure lane and purify all the obscuration of sentient beings, who are then transformed into Manjushri, or recite the mantra together. The lady returns to the C syllable. Tibetan. Yong ge len jiang wai bo, yi xie zhong me rab de bar, ye de mo men ser wang, yang ba yang la san du. Gar nye de mong dar nan chen jie, sen do wu jie ran ye yen ko rui, sen zhi so de jar gen sin de du, meng ten lar wun chi pe nu yar ye, ni jur ju jie sem jian zhi ba jiang, ran zhi la jur gen jiang nga zha zhou, wu zi sen de sa wong la de me. Om Wange Shore Mo, 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 Wange Shore Mo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. No Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. Wange Shoromo, 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 Wange Shoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, 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 Wange Yoromo. Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo, Wange Yoromo. Wange Joremon, 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 Wange Joremon. So I'm going to share here in the teaching. You can chant the mantra silently also. That's correct too. Or you just relax and listening teaching, whatever comfortable for you. First we chant together this 35. This is usually we chant before the share the teaching 35. The first verses, page 35. By light of your wisdom, compassionate one, may the darkness of ignorance in my mind be dissipated. To realize all the sutras and the commentaries, please grant me the power of radiant wisdom. Zeden jijen jenra uzurji, dalo temo membarab zarne, gadai denje yonglo tobaye, Lode bobe na waiser de zo. Tange doje shaje reisen dong yin je me do de je bong yong ba. Serje lembo da ver ji be ge shaje jar be shabla ge zan ze. Dorjen chanchen de lo naro dang marpa malai chi je kambo ba pamoi zhe bai jarwai de gong be ka je lama nam lai zorwan de rio men chi je yen je bo dang ne de song san je gen je ngo wo nye Rang sen chi ge ngong song dong ze be za we la me ya la sor wan de. Okay, so the teaching, I'm going to share the teaching is continue this long press to Manjushri. So maybe some you didn't receive this transmission. So first I do the long press to Manjushri, do the transmission, then I'm going to share the teaching, continue to follow the last week. Kange lo de demnye tendara nye dara namdara sarwa jinye dongge nje jen se ser nye je doka le wam zen kanda sipe zonra mare mentom donghara chi serwe. Roso ken la pu che tar se yen lai chu che yan din son ro dar che ro nye mo nye long le che cha ro don se che mare men ser donghara nye ge chi nye chun se ra de nam. Done da jen sa chen tar sen yon din le zo jar se ke che cha che dan ju nye jen de da lo men ser chu lan de. So that's the short, long press to Manjushri transmission. So I'm going to share that teaching today. Follow the last, I think last week we did or not. Last week we did the Manjushri teaching. We did it, right? No.
No.
We didn't, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay, we take long break here, so that's why maybe mostly we forget.
Yeah.
I also forget where I stopped. So do you remember, Amanda, where we are?
Yes, we're starting on Praise to Manjushri's Body on section 3.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So everyone has this commentary? I don't think so, right?
I'm going to post it in the chat right now.
Okay, please, can you do that? So then you can download it from the chat, this commentary. we're not going to share the screenshot, so better you can have. Then easy for us. Okay, so this praise to Manjushri is composed by, I already told the history, is 100 scholars, Buddhist realizers too. So blessing by Manjushri, they create this all together. The create together is actually they didn't discussion together, but everyone wrote praise to Manjushri. They become next day they're comparing together, all is the same. So same words, the same meaning, same thing. So that's the reason this long press to Manjushri is very popular. All the lineages practicing prayer this one, chanting this one. And especially when we started the Buddha Dharma, so everyone chant before, this praise to Manjushri, because help for remove the obstacle and ignorance. So long as we have a strong, thick ignorance, hard to understand the Dharma. This praise to Manjushri helps remove our ignorance and create our wisdom. So also the Manjushri is embodiment or the Buddha's wisdom. Then also practitioner, meditators who are going to study Dharma, learning, philosophy, Buddhist philosophy. The historically everyone practice Manjushri. If you practice Manjushri, helps you understanding Dharma and also helps you realize, nature mind or get realize. So that's why very popular in the Buddhist, the monasteries, and the practice Manjushri is very popular. So usually everyone practice Manjushri. So this press to Manjushri actually is very profound meaning here. If you really understand this long press to Manjushri, then you already has all the Buddha Dharma insight included everything in here. So we create a short commentary. I think this also helps you some level understanding, but this is commentary is also just more surface commentary, not more deeper commentary. Surface means like basic way and good for beginners. If we talk to deeper way, and then very hard to understand and hard for the beginners. So sometimes too deeper, more detail is hard to connect with the Dharma, and we can easily lose because we don't have enough the knowledge and level of the realization, understanding Dharma. So that's the reason I think this commentary help for us beginners is not too deeper, not too detailed. It's just more basic way and very good. I want to create like this long time ago, but due to the times didn't happening. So this year, good circumstances, condition comes. So then we can have opportunity to create this one. So I mean that write down and the edited everything is like really perfect. Thank you very much. So then this press to Manjushri is followed by mind, speech, body. So the usually we just think about it, if we practice a yidam deity. why we have to practice Yidam deity? Yidam deity free from mind obscuration, speech obscuration, body obscurations. We have mind obscuration, we have speech obscuration, we have body obscuration. So that's the reason we have to practice Yidam deity. So long as we practice the Yidam deity, we can purify our body, speech, mind obscurations. Body obscuration, speech obscuration, mind obscuration is not permanent. It is just temporary defilements and not the mind nature. So that's why it's, we can purify these obscurations, use this method. And then that's the reason this we have different levels of teachings. Sutra tradition, so like say praise to Buddha, body, speech, mind, and that helps like connect with, our mind, body, speech with Buddha, and create our some levels like karmic imprints. And also we removing our body, speech, mind obscuration, use the praise to the Buddha. So reduce our ego and reduce our afflictive emotions. That's also another method way to praise to Buddha. So then Vajrayana tradition, also the praise to Buddha is like actually recognizing our mind, body, speech are Buddha, introducing inseparable. Our mind, body, speech is due to the temporary obstacle, but we are ordinary being. The truly reality, we are Buddha. So that introducing, we are Buddha. This praise to Manjushri is introducing, we are same is the Manjushri. No different than the Manjushri. So this praise to Manjushri actually also included all the Vajrayana rituals of empowerment too. And all the empowerment followed by body's empowerment, speech empowerment, mind empowerment. So then body, speech, mind, inseparable empowerment. So 4 different levels of empowerment. Sometimes we have 3 empowerment, sometimes we call 4 levels of empowerment. That all essence is in subsumed to in this praise to Manjushri. So body's empowerment, we create our body is Buddha's body. We used to or habituate karmic imprints, create the like karmic imprints Buddha's body. This ordinary body is transformed to the Buddha's body, so the purify our the ordinary body's obscuration. Then speech empowerment means also we create our speech is Buddha's speech, create a karmic imprint, Buddha's karmic imprint speech, and purify our speech obscurations. So this praise to Manjushri's speech also same meaning. Then mind empowerment. So we create our mind is Buddha's mind and create a karmic imprints, Buddha's mind, karmic imprints. And we purify our mind obscurations. So our minds become recognized inseparable with the Buddha. So that's called mind empowerment. So this praise to mind, to the Manjushri is the same as mind empowerment. So that's why it's all this Mahayana tradition ritual practice, Vajrayana tradition practice, everything is included, subsumed into this praise to Manjushri. So when we chant these prayers, So then press to Manjushri, so like first is mind. Here is mind. Our mind has, due to the obscuration, due to the ignorance, so we have obscuration, we don't understand, we don't have enough knowledge and wisdom, we don't have enough compassion for others because due to ignorance and obscurations. So press to Manjushri's mind. So we, meditate practice when we, this one is like have to think about, we purifying our ignorance and purify our obscurations, create wisdom, Manjushri's wisdom, and at the same time like create compassion. So that means like Buddha's mind quality is omniscient wisdom and compassion. So we don't have that. Why we don't have that? Because due to the ignorance and obscurations. So we press to Manjushri, the helps purify our ignorance, obscurations, then can get realize truth nature, helps become arise our wisdom, our mind. And then when long as wisdom arise, the compassion is naturally arise. So that is the Buddha's mind quality, wisdom and compassion. So that's why we have to practice many different ways. So sometimes cause is compassion, result is wisdom. Sometimes cause is wisdom, result is compassion. So that's why it's different ways to we create wisdom and compassion. So that's why it's different levels practice too. Some is like step by step, means like we practice meditate love and compassion, then that helps realize, so get the knowledge, wisdom. That is generally followed that way. We compassion is a cause, wisdom is a result. But sometimes like we do use different some special method, meditate, practice, and get the actually knowledge and wisdom, and then arise compassion for others. So either way is correct. So that way is like wisdom is a cause, compassion is a result to become. And today we study this teaching, and then you understanding this teaching, arise compassion for others, is wisdom go first, and then compassion arise. So when you study this teaching, listening, study, investigate this teaching, and then you really understanding what the samsaric being's problem, suffering, and you really know what means Buddhas, then you arise compassion for who's stuck in samsara. Because due to ignorance and obscurations, even we have same is Buddha's quality, but we don't recognize, we are stuck in samsara. So you recognize that, arise compassion for others. So that is like wisdom go first, compassion is result too. So that's the like way is from here. Press to Manjushri's mind. So we create our mind, is Buddha's mind, purify our mind obscuration. That symbolize also Manjushri hold the wisdom text is his heart. So the text is representative knowledge, is representative omniscience of wisdom. Then press to Manjushri's speech. So also speech purify the, of course, the same is like our mind, I mean the speech obscurations create Buddha's, karmic imprint speech. So this speech is Manjushri has like this mind's quality. That's why speech is arising for benefit for others. So speech quality is actually result. Cause is mind. Manjushri's mind quality. He has omniscient wisdom. He has compassion. Then he going to help for other sentient beings. How he going to help for other beings? Share the Dharma teaching. Give, like our sharing the like right path. So what is the discard? What is the adopting, and what is discard? So adopting is like we have to follow the virtuous deeds, and discard is like abandon the non-virtuous deeds, follow the cause and the effect. So that teaching is arise from Manjushri's speech, because due to his knowledge and his compassion. So that's when we chant this praise to Manjushri, also like arise, really strongly arise to devotion to the Buddhas too. And arise devotion our mind to Buddha, that's also really have become remove our obstacle ignorance too. So the main point is like Sutra tradition, praise to Buddha means like try to connect with the Buddha, arise devotion. So when you chant this, we recognize we don't have wisdom, we don't have compassion. Due to that, we are lack of benefit for other beings. And so Buddha has wisdom, compassion. That's the reason he has ability to benefit others, arise this teaching for giving, sharing for others. So the Buddhas knows samsaric beings suffering in samsara due to the cause and the effect, karma cause and the effect. So Manjushri, truth, omniscient wisdom, knows, recognize all beings suffering because due to karma. And then he has compassion, so he shared the teaching, giving teaching for us. Many different levels. That's last time we talked, So sentient beings, the same is the patience. So many patience. So sickness is the same is like, emotions. So we are same is the patience. That's the reason we are just temporarily right now we think we are okay, but actually we not really okay. We have this pervasive of suffering. We didn't recognize that pervasive of suffering. So pervasive of suffering is who has some levels of knowledge, understanding, dharma, so they knows the pervasive of suffering. Someone who knows the impermanent. So otherwise we don't recognize it. Just same as the kids, Like example, kids go to on the road, play, maybe the car is coming, they don't recognize. So the car didn't have a brake. Kids play in the road. So like that, the car is the same as the samsara suffering. We are same as the kids in the road play, The car didn't have a brake, so no one can stop that. So no one can stop our birth suffering. No one can stop our old age, sickness, and death suffering. So anyway, we're going to get accident. So like that. Temporarily, we are enjoy samsara, but anyway, sooner or later, it's coming the this suffering, but we don't recognize that. And this, who understand that, then that means really understand Dharma. That's why pervasive of suffering, who knows, means only noble beings understanding. Who is noble beings means like who know cause and effect, and who has practiced forethought meditation. That's what we call noble beings. So then they recognize all these beings suffering. So they recognize all beings the same is patience. And then this Bodhisattva same is the doctor who has really compassion, who has really wisdom, knowledge with compassion, so that they give right medicine for patients. So like that, this Manjushri, due to his compassion and wisdom, share this teaching for us. So now what we have to follow, main point we have followed by the Buddha's teaching. So patients have to follow the medicine. What doctors give medicine, patients have to eat. So same like that, Manjushri giving teaching for us, we have to practice that teaching. So if we don't practice, then same is like doctor give medicine, patients don't eat medicine. So then patients no any like opportunity or chance to recover because they don't eat medicine. So same is like that. When we receive this teaching from Manjushri and we have to practice, same is the patients have to eat medicine, have to recover our own suffering, sickness. So then Manjushri's speech teaching is the same as the knife. It's like here says, waking those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddle of suffering, to dispel the darkness of confusion. So his teaching is the same as the sword, wisdom sword. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddle of suffering. So he has sharp knife, very, very sharp knife. So that is representative is knowledge and wisdom. The actually teaching. So Dharma practice cut our emotions. So that main point is Dharma is antidote to our emotions. Dharma practice have to remove our emotion. Dharma is antidote to the ignorance. So then the root is this afflictive emotions, root is ignorance. Then due to that we have 5 different afflictive emotions. So these 5 afflictive emotions go to more detailed branches, is go to 84,000 different emotions. So that emotion we individually has. That's the reason Buddha shared teaching is called 84,000 Dharma teachings. So then this emotion is subsumed into 6 different kind of emotions. So that's why we have 6 different realms. So 6 different realms exist or not exist is depending to our own situation. Long as we have 6 different kind of emotions, we have 6 realms. If you don't have 6 different kind of emotions, you don't have 6 different realms. If you have only jealousy, you have only jealous God's realm. If you have only pride, you have God realm only. If you have only attachment, you have only human being realms. Okay, so if you have ignorance, you have only animal realms. If you have anger, so we have hair realms. Strong, stingy, so strong desire, then hungry gods exist. So that's all, like, the main point is a sex ram is exist or not exist. Is that question is look to yourself. Do you have six different emotions or not? You say not, then I say you don't have six rams. Okay? You said yes, I have, then you have six rams. So if you don't want to go to, we don't want to go to six rams, then what is the method practice? It's a Dharma practice. This all 84,000 Dharma teachings subsumed category six paramita, six perfections. So that's why all the teaching is subsumed to six paramita, six perfection practice. And then this six perfection also like go into subsumed to these three categories: body, speech, mind. So this practice remove the body obscuration, speech obscuration, mind obscuration. The main point, actually, we are Buddha. We don't recognize we are Buddha due to the ignorance. We have all these obscurations. So if we can purify our body, mind, speech obscuration, then we have become Buddha. We have all these qualities we don't recognize right now. So same is the sun. Sun is like, you see, these storms, thunder, right? Storm like coming like that, hurricanes. That kind of same is the emotions, ignorance. And sun actually always there. Sun is always there, but due to these hurricanes, storms, we cannot see the sun is in the sky. So same is like that. These sentient beings, actually we have Buddha nature always there, but we do recognize because due to our obscurations. So even we are right now in the samsara, human beings, we have the Buddhas, all the qualities there. When we have storms, the sun is there. Sun has all the qualities, the same thing, but we don't recognize. We don't see the sun is there. But sun is, these storms never ever affected to the sun. Hurricane never ever affected to the sun. So like that, we have all the Buddha nature already within us, but our emotions never ever affected to our nature, Buddha's quality. But we don't recognize we have the nature, Buddha nature and the Buddha's quality because due to our emotion is the same as a hurricane, same as the storm, So we don't recognize. Yeah, so like that. And so now this practice is remove hurricanes, remove storms, okay? So that's why it's the same as the knife, means like sharp sword, have to cut all the emotions, ignorance, have to removed. Use this practice, Dharma. So that is Manjushri's speech. Yeah, press to Manjushri's speech means like not only just like you have to think, oh, I'm making Manjushri happy. So that is like 100% misunderstand. Some people think, oh, I do this press to him, he is happy, right? So then he happy, maybe he going to help me. Like we usually think like, okay, we ordinary people, like you press to someone, they're happy and they can help you, right? And they don't happy, they don't help us, yeah? So that is like ordinary we thinking. But press to Manjushri, no press to Manjushri. Manjushri is always the same. It doesn't matter. It's nothing change. We don't create he happy or upset. But we press to Manjushri, we create our karmic imprints, Buddha's mind quality, speech quality, and the body quality. We connect with the Buddha and purify our obscurations. So Manjushri is help for us, helping for us, support us. Manjushri is like power of object. So when we talk about this four powers, Manjushri is a power of object. Dharma is a power of antidote. This press Manjushri is power of antidote. So then power of regret, that is like we have to come from our mind. Regret and like we not going to do again. So that kind of like last two is come from us. So first one is power of object is Manjushri help us, helping us. And then this power of speech, Dharma is most important. Okay, Dharma is introduced to our emotional ignorance. So now, today we are in the third section. The commentary, third section. Third section is page 16. I think page 16, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Praise to Manjushri's body. On the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginning last time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 son of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. So that's the root text, from the root text. So now we're going to do the followed by the commentary. Manjushri was one of the 8 great Bodhisattvas. So in the Buddhist, culture or their, countries, they have lots of statues, tankas about 8 Bodhisattvas, very popular 8 Bodhisattvas. It's the 8 Bodhisattva, one is this Manjushri. So then Manjushri, this form body always have a different kind of ornaments, not same, So usually, see, generally we have it today here in the press to Manjushri. He holds the sword, right hand, left hand hold the, Voilom, Dharma text, Otapala flowers, and the Sambonakaya form body ornaments. But sometimes he different ways, standing with Buddha and other Bodhisattvas. So that time also he has different form bodies. The is his body. Body ornaments, body's form body is always different kind of tankas statues you can see, not always the same. Then we talked already, Manjushri's mind quality, speech quality, that is always there, okay, same. So same is like our mind and the body is always same, but we changed our clothes, we do something different activities. So like that, you have to understand. Sometimes like Manjushri is the same as the king. So that time he has silver and he has Otapala flower with this voiloms, and he is the prince for Buddha. Sometimes Manjushri is become minister with Buddha, Shakyamuni. He is helping for another branch, like he helping for Buddha Shakyamuni spread all the Dharma. So that time he has a different also cloth and ornaments. He has different responsibility. So that kind of you have to understand, always change this body's ornaments. He is sometimes appear whitish green in color and holding a lily to symbolize renunciation of destructive emotions. So whatever these Buddhas, Bodhisattvas form appear to, they always have some symbolized meanings in there. So we already shared, the sword, the sword and the knife, and then Otapala flower top, the Voilom Sutra, they all has a symbolized meaning, right? Same like that. In this form body also has different symbolized meaning. a lily to symbolize the renunciation of the destructive emotions. Uh, so when we chant this supplication to Manjushri, praise to Manjushri, also like arise devotion to Manjushri. Then also like arise renunciation to samsara too, because we chant this supplication to Manjushri, then arise compassion for other beings. We really understanding all these beings stuck in samsara due to the ignorance emotions, right? So we chant the prayers, and then you know like these beings suffering in samsara, arise compassion for others. Same time also we want really free from samsara. That's called renunciation. And that's also like when you chant this praise to Manjushri, arise your mind too, symbolize renunciation of destructive emotions. The main point of this section, which praises the qualities of Manjushri's body, is that Manjushri is truly already Buddha because he purified all obscurations many eons before. So just I share with you, like, first, like, sometimes Manjushri is the same as a king, right? Principal Buddha. So that time we call Buddha Manjushri. Sometimes the Manjushri is like, other secretary. So that term is we call Bodhisattva. So either way is correct. So then Manjushri is actually already Buddha, like long time ago, eons ago already Buddha, truly already Buddha because he purified all obscuration many eons before. Also, Manjushri can be Bodhisattva. So during the Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri was there, he listening all the Buddha's teaching. He heard all the Buddha's teaching. Lineage holder is Manjushri. So then Manjushri, that is like say auto level for form body Manjushri, like can be Buddha's form body, can be Bodhisattva's form body. But the absolute truth Manjushri, that is Mahamudra, that is Dzogchen. So that's I'm going to share the next week, Saturday, Sunday. And then I'm going to share other following, when we have time and talks like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks can finish that teaching. So that's the reason I'm going to share today Vajrasattva transmission. And so who wanted to join that teaching, so you have to accumulate at least 10,000 Om Benza Sato Hong mantra. It's easy, Om Benza Sato Hong. Not Om Benza Sato Samaya, Manipalaya, Benza Sato Tinopa, Titandro Drome Bava, Sudikayo Mebava, Subikayo, Anerato Mebava Sawaside Mintra in the Sarakama, Mesadan Shirian Koro, ha ha ha, Obanga Mesatanga, the Mezabama, Samai Sato are very hard, very long, right? You can chant maybe only a couple hundred one day. So, not easy. So you chant Om Benza Sato Hong, Om Benza Sato Hong. That's already actually short, included the long one. So you have to chant that, and then also this teaching also helps first like we preliminary auto level teaching for you, and then we go up to inner one, absolute truth Manjushri teaching. So the next this Manjushri teaching, we don't going to do the live streaming, and people who wanted to join have to chant 110,000, I mean the 10,000 ilis on Benza Sato Hong during the, maybe 1 month or during the we're teaching. And so if you're missing the, sometimes like you really cannot join, we can provide the recording. So that's the next way, we're going to share the teaching, follow that way. Okay, so then we press to Manjushri, you have the quality of a first Pimi Bodhisattva all the way past the 10 Pimis. So you look to this root text, says like, in the Bodhisattva form, he's pure from beginningless time. Is actually his Buddha beginningless time, fully accomplished, and the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. So what means 10 levels? The 10 levels is like, here is I'm going to share with you. All these different bodhisattvas, like levels, quality Manjushri has. 10 permits level. So when Manjushri is bodhisattva form, he shows like, he effort to form body benefit for others. He is 10th level permit bodhisattva. So sometimes we call Manjushri is a 10th level permit bodhisattva. So permits, then here is like, okay, permit is a Sanskrit word meaning ground. So English is main point is like permit means ground. Ground. Then Tibet is called Sa. In Tibetan, permit is a stage. So then stage, one by one stages, or a basis for measuring the growth of awakening qualities. So there's kind of like different definitions about what means permit means. So Tibet is just directly translated, it's called Sa. Sa means like earth, ground. So then each stage form a support or platform for the next, and are as follows. So we need ground first, right? And then you can create this first level, second level, third level, or this the storage or house levels. So that is called permit means like ground means first ground is very important, right? Without ground, so you cannot burn anything. So that's why it's called the permit means sa. Sa means like ground. As follows, page 16. Now we go to page 17. So there's a permits. I have here only just very short informations, permits. Short informations. Only just a kind of name and what the name meaning. So more detail is in the Geonomic Liberation has, and also many other teachings has this permits or the details. So this permits detail, I mean like all these different kind of levels have to understand that it's like take really long time. These different qualities, bodhisattvas, different qualities. If we really have to know all the details, then we have to study Abhidhamma. Have to study all this sutra, Mayaminka teachings. Then we know so like each level permits the capacity and the realization and their, also how the kind of like purify the ignorance or obscurations, like which kind of level they purify, these emotions. And then there also has details like about the ability to benefit for others, different levels. So that's all the details like studies take long time, harder to understand too. So here we have the just short information, and some people wanted to know what means 10 levels permits. So I have all the names here. So this also helps you, understanding what means 10 permits. The first one, perfect joy. in which one experiences great joy by coming closer to enlightenment and benefiting sentient beings. So first for me is called perfect joy. So see, there has perfect joy because the reason is which one experience great joy by coming closer to enlightenment and benefit sentient beings. And also why they have joy, because they have realized absolute truth. So usually Bodhisattva means only starting first for me, Bodhisattva. That is absolute truth, Bodhisattva. So some teachings like don't recognize relative truth Bodhisattvas. The Bodhisattva means first pimi, like first pimi, then go to the 10th level pimi, all called Bodhisattvas. That is the Chandakirti's like middleway teaching. He talk about the Bodhisattva. It's only starting first pimi Bodhisattva. But way of Bodhisattva, then Bodhisattva means just who received the Bodhisattva's vows, then they're called Bodhisattva. So you just have to understand that Bodhisattva means like relative to the Bodhisattva or absolute to the Bodhisattva. Absolute to the Bodhisattva is only starting from first pimi level. So then some people say, ask me questions like, do you think I have a first pimi level? So I ask question them, do you have emotions? Do you have realized emptiness? So then they say no. So then I say, maybe you are not yet absolute truth Bodhisattva. This first absolute Bodhisattva, first pimi stage means no emotions. And they have realized emptiness. The Chandakirti give informations like this first pimi Bodhisattva's realization is the kind of like ability is they can give their body for others, not painful. Because the perfection of generosity is completely practiced. The first pimi Bodhisattva has a completely, perfectly practiced generosity, that they can give their own body for others, no pain, no suffering. Okay, so because due to the realization, emptiness realization, so they don't have selflessness, they don't have selfish, they have realized the selflessness of a person, also selfless of a phenomena too. Not subtle level of selflessness of phenomena, but more basic level selflessness of phenomena have meditation too. Then completely practice selflessness of a person realization. Fully realize that. That's why no painful. So we think about if our hair is become change color, we no happy means like no possible to first level Bodhisattva. And if someone cut your hair, so maybe you're upset. That means like we not yet first pimi Bodhisattva. Answer is okay. First pimi Bodhisattva truly realize like this body is emptiness. Like actually they realize body is emptiness, form is Vajra form body, means like form is emptiness, and no any selfish or like the grasping to anything in the own body. So free from that, their body is already Buddha's body actually. The Buddha's body means Vajra body. Vajra body means like Vajrayana here philosophy, Mayamika teaching talk about emptiness. So Vajrayana talk about Vajrayana body, Vajra body. Vajra body means actually emptiness. Form body, no self, no grasping to the body, realize all emptiness. So long as you have that realized, then you are first Pimi Bodhisattva, okay? Then you can go to your own experience. You can body is there. Your mentally, your own experience can go to 100 different Buddhas, pure line to can receive teachings. That is like your own experience. Long as you have that, then you have first maybe Bodhisattva's quality. Okay, so then that's why it's called joy, in which I experience great joy coming close to enlightenment and benefiting sentient beings, benefit for others. Second, permit stainless, in which one is free from all defilements. Then second permit has, of course, this first permit qualities, all the qualities. Extra is usually we talk about second parameter. Second parameter is morality, the perfection of morality, the practice that has perfection of morality. That's why I call stainless. No any mistakes, completely perfect morality and completely perfect generosity. So even Buddha cannot be more than that. Just this, like, see, second permit Bodhisattva has perfect of generosity, perfect of morality, practice. Same is Buddha's quality. And then stainless also means like no emotions. That's why I call stainless. So in which one is free from all defilements. That's first permit. Second permit Bodhisattva. Then this permit Bodhisattva can go to like 1 second, 2000 Buddha's pure land, because I have realized emptiness. The time is actually not exist. So sometimes that talk about the Buddha's quality, it says like keche karpa la jor, karpa keche la jor. Keche karpa la jor means like 1 second is that can create eons. 1 eons that can create like 1 second. So that's the realizers like have the can do like that quality means like we see 1 second time there can go to like many Buddha's pure line that can create lots accumulation merit during 1 second time. So that has the ability to do that because time is actually not exist. Time exists is for our ordinary people's perception who don't have realized emptiness perception. So then that is the second Pemi Bodhisattva's quality. Third Pemi Bodhisattva is radiant, in which one radiate the light of Dharma wisdom. So there, wisdom is shining, radiant. So there knows there, wisdom is arising. Same time, they have 100% completely practice is the practice passion. So practice passion is completely perfected. Third Pemi Bodhisattva. So that's why it's then this wisdom radiant is arise from their mind quality. So then this Bodhisattva has more quality than comparing to first and second. So thousands like that become more ability to go to the visit to the other Buddha's pure land, benefit more than first and second, comparing to third one can benefit other beings. So due to the capacity levels. Then fourth Pumi is called Lamanas, which the true obscuration are bound. The true obscuration, like we already talked, the true obscuration in the first, when we share this, Buddha's quality, mind quality, that time is obscuration of afflictive emotion, obscuration to the knowledge, right? So this true obscuration is banned, purified. But this obscuration to the knowledge is banned, means like not subtle level, dualistic, not yet. But obscuration is gone, but still they have some karmic imprints, subtle level karmic imprints, dualistic view. So no same is like our ordinary people. This Bodhisattva is just no any conceptual thoughts, but they have a karmic imprints, a subtle level, karmic imprints, dualistic view. So that kept under the Buddhahood. Okay. So anyway, this Bodhisattva, no any these two obscurations, purified, but they have this obscuration to the knowledge has karmic imprints still. Fed Pimi Bodhisattva, very difficult to train, in which one benefits sentient beings and protects one's own mind. So there's a fifth one is called very difficult to train. Jankawa is hard to get through, actually Tibetan usually we words use. And the fifth Pimi Bodhisattva is this very difficult terrain is go through that, is in which one benefits sentient beings and protect one's own mind. So the main point is that just no any difficulties, anything, whatever they do, benefit for others, and whatever they do practice, like no any difficulty, anything, free from like effort, kind of free from effort. So we do something, we need to put effort, right? We have to go through difficulty way, but this Bodhisattva is free from effort. It's everything is just simultaneously, kind of like naturally arising benefit for other beings. Then same time they have joyful effort practice is a completely practice, joyful effort. Six Pimi, transcending, in which one is supported by power, perfection of wisdom, awareness, and does not abide in the samsara or nirvana. So then this six Pimi Bodhisattva, he six Pimi Bodhisattva, transcendent, means like go beyond already our worldly. So usually we chant Tiyata on Gatin Gati Parangati Parasangati Bodhi Soa, right? Beyond, right? Go beyond. So this is already going beyond the like more beyond our ordinary level. So that means like wisdom is the same as Buddha. That has wisdom. Wisdom is the same as Buddha, but still there has karmic imprints still in there some levels. So that's it goes stuck there too still. The wisdom is there, like same as sometimes the sun is shining but no warmth is there, right? So like that, this wisdom is shining, you say, oh, sun is perfectly shining, right? But warm is still not the same. It's like middle of the day, morning sun comes perfectly shining, free from all the like obstacles, sun is shining, but it didn't have the same as warm, same as the afternoon sun, like kind of like that. Okay, so that's a good example, I think. Transcending, in which one is supported by the perfection of wisdom, awareness, it does not abide neither samsara or nirvana. So then this Bodhisattva has wisdom, not stuck with samsara, compassion, not stuck with nirvana, free from samsara and nirvana. That's why it's go beyond in that. So long as we have samsara, we have a nirvana, right? We have a nirvana, then we have a samsara. This bodhisattva is free from samsara, free from nirvana. That's why it's called go beyond in that. They don't have a samsara, then how can they have a nirvana? So if you don't have a right hand, you can have a left, right? Right is dependent on left, left is dependent on right. So this bodhisattva is beyond the samsara, then how can you have nirvana? It's beyond the nirvana too. So that's why it's called transcending samsara and nirvana. Yeah, so today we can leave it there. So then tomorrow continue. So this 6 parameter. If you wanted to know more detail, please go to check in the Your Animal Liberation. I don't have the commentary. I think you can get commentary or download. If you wanted to know more detail, it's very good information in the Your Animal Liberation has. So now here I'm going to do this Vajrasattva transformation. Vajrasattva transformation. This Vajrasattva is going to send you to everyone. You can receive this Vajrasattva. This is a little bit longer than we have in the Deity Yoga Sadhana. Deity Yoga Sadhana. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create everyday practice. We're going to extra do the Vajrasattva in the same as Deity Yoga Sadhana. Use the Deity Yoga Sadhana. Every morning we have a practice, daily practice. So also we're going to do extra Vajrasattva from Deity Yoga Sadhana. And then in this one, we're going to use every Saturday, Sunday. In this one, little bit longer one. So I have this transformation and empowerment from Khenpo Teaches. So this is his terma, Khenpo Teaches terma. So I have a long it's a very close lineage connections. So that's why I'm going to share this transformation, and we're going to use this when we're going to create accumulation, on Benzasato Home. So also you can have another choice. When you want to accumulate Vajrasattva mantra, then you in daily practice, we also create another sadhana daily practice. They also have a short Vajrasattva too. So it's page 63, and only just have one verses. You can use that then chant on Benzasato Home. So that prayer is on Benzasato A. So when you chant all this accumulation Vajrasattva mantra, we have to chant Om Benzasato Home. So then when you finish it, then you say Om Benzasato Ah. Okay. So that actually all both are correct. Nothing wrong there. So when you chant accumulate Om Benzasato Home, Om Benzasato Home, Om Benzasato Home, then when you finish Om Benzasato Ah, log to your mind, nature. Recognize same as you are Vajrasattva. So that's why we have to practice chanting. So now I'm going to share this transformation and this long one. Pardin dorje sambala dene di dreb jongchen tonye dreb tabje menga tsing dama ne shi sawa yo so chamro ne namo dene sanjo nyen pe ba re dan chin kor jang se da lama dorje sambala yi chi de pe chao sen chen lin song sim ji ne kanyan ro wan da da gen den di sala wo yong se ling a ye je zong ba gen sanjo lan da drem za lin song na ji ne aran den chi tin jam se wi pe kar da ve den den de ring de pardin dorje san ka sa da wa je pen dang Charge Sani Dodder Nan Long Jezo Chitong Yo Yishio Zor Sokian Ron Dampa Yingo Lamar Sara Chima Lama Dorje Sen Nenja Tamcha Nirgoni Naso Nyanta Simjin Nan Tuji Jisan Zin Baranzo Tomi Tene Tavarata Lenga Yeja De Donan Jada Koto Tosonda Nonju Rapin Torjensha Sinje Sola Babjerjang Mi Lena Mejinan Zombi Jinje Zinzo Lan Jamni Sake Woyon Zor Dadan Simje Tamje Damsen Nyamja Kinda Chen Choda Timon, Dogan, Tata Nita, Robanzo Chison, the Joseph, the top Yosama Gon on Benza Sado, Bonta Yadena, Savatam, Yamba, Saman, Joro, Samayan, Movada Tashiso, Movan and then home, then Zotis on Gazoga, Talent over, don't know. Kenya Dorjes and by a companion of the Tobacco Tashine on Kananko Jinda, Dada Hajarovarzo, Tendo Tochen and the mean, Prince of Ambartashi, Shochiban, the Melon, Da some situation and Lord in some rip. Somi per recam damage all shava the lower system to me tiba gevar georgi chilo chiton goja dinget tondeng lo dawa yepsi chipden la the surgeon hendo sen chona yidok tong so some jato paint about the send some tonda the new dong about the summer deva chinso ranka me jing of the chiva teso mega bakenja tola gong tolan jobarche jimmy pinzo la ron chi de genden touch again then bonga tache gewo. So this the sadhana is on the 11th day of third month in the fire ox year. This arose by the power of peerless Ngawang Lodis. Ngawang Lodi is Khenpo Jimmy Pinso's name. So Ngawang Lodi is actually Manjushri name usually Ngawang Lodi means Manjushri. Lodis clear awareness and was recorded by the disabled system to me. So he recorded. May there be virtue writing on April 7th, 1997, according to the solar calendar. Anyone who properly recited the specified number of 6-syllable mantras on Benza Sato Hong has a 6-syllable, 400,000 will receive the benefits of having accumulated 30 billion recitations. So if you can chant 400, then same is like benefit have accumulated 30 billion recitations. Certainly, all that you desire in this life will safely come to you, and in the future you will take birth in whichever purem you wish, such as Devachin. There need be no doubt of this. So all should take this practice to heart. Signed by H.H. Jimin Pinso in confirmation that his and the Sangha of 10,000 at Larong Monastery established this virtue. If you wish to practice this sadhana, you would have to receive the oral transmission, translated by Lama Jimmy, Lord this time something. Okay, so that's the sadhana. So now you receive that sadhana or transmission, so you can use that sadhana, you can accumulate on Benza Sato Home, reciting, or you can use just a short one, 4 sentences only. And then I'm going to also do another transmission here and from our Deity Yoga Sadhana. It's Deity Yoga Sadhana is more shorter than just what I did. It's page 85, so Vajrasava's image is 84. They don't as it or December Gonde Joseph Pega de Hong Ye Le, Dorjeteva Hong Si Hong Tepe, Dor Jan Joseph de Baza on La Yon Jabal, Savalama Dorje Sabaga, Dorjeta Jango Jones, Range, Gina Chalo Yonso. Om Bezasado Sapara, Chupan Omezasado Sapara, Agam Brothers, Om Bezasado Sapara, Pating Brothers, Om Bezasado Sapara, Piper Brothers, Om Bezasado Sapara, Dipan Brothers, Om Bezasado Sapara, Allocated as Om Bezasado Sapara, and Gated others, Om Bezasado Sapara, and Nevated others, Om Bezasado Sapara, Shabda others, or Dorjes and Basabaje, Dorje, Jibagan, Dorje Damokan, Sana Dorjelo, Dorsum to Karada, Dorje, Devonda Yikovale, on Dover, the Bagan, Dorje Basala, Joseph, the Sunday Hunting, the Sawana, the Telesuju, Shabjete only to Daniel, Sound that you didn't don't so or go to cut about this you met them rally share that up Om Bezata Samayamana Pala Imbazo no Badro me Basudika me Basubika me Bawana me Babasa de Mita Zarkam Mesa da Yan Koron ha Obanga Mesa Mezama mi menza meza bama samaya sato a da som ong pe tam lenga jurwen gong bu job je so dor jense rowe so da ga cham so je de ke so dor sam ji sor je chu je de da go shi song da la tam de ba samar jo ke ban de nyor da do ji so ma jon rowa che jam ale ban de ya salango par sho. So that is from Deti Yoga Sadhana, Vajrasattva practice. So you can use either one. Is you can use both. It's all same. So if you're going somewhere like just a different kind of road, it's get the same place, right? So like that, this sadhana is all actually same, but due to the lineages, also have connections. Like some people used to like that way, like just people practice and comfortable. Sometimes use only one. If you know everything clearly, then always the same thing, nothing different. So now you have this Vajrasattva mantra. Then you can starting today accumulate on Benza Sato Hong, on Benza Sato Hong. You can go up to 100, 100,000 or 400,000, up to you. Just I give you homework, it's 10,000. I'll go to more easy way. So do the 10,000, then we can you can join the teaching. Of course, like you cannot finish it like next week. I think 10,000, but just you need to keep that in your mind. You have to do that. If you want to join the teaching next week. Then tomorrow we're going to continue to this practice Manjushri and teaching. So okay, so we're going to do the Manjushri sadhana. Going to finish. Now we go to the Manjushri sadhana. Om Wange Shore Mo, Om Wange Shore Mo, Om Wange Shore Mo. The outer universe dissolve into the light, which is absorbed into myself, and then dissolve into the Mom syllable, which dissolve from the bottom to the top nada, gradually becoming emptiness. I meditate in the bliss of non-duality of subject and object. No ju wo ye ran de ra nye jang, to ge men de me re na de bar, ren de mi mi dong sa re de jin ya, la yang jang par pa we ge re ju. By the light of your wisdom, compassionate one, may the darkness of ignorance in my mind despair to realize all the sutras and the commentaries. Please grant me the power of radiant wisdom. Whenever I wanted to see your own or want you to clarify my confusion, Lord Manjushri Kosha, may I have a clear vision of you without hindrance. You Manjushri, I have performed great deeds to the furthest limits of the 10 directions. For the benefit of all sentient beings, may I and other perform the same activities. Zeden chujen chen ra wu zar je, da lo de mo men ba rab zar ne, ga dan den je yong lo do ba ye, lo de bo be na wa zar de zo, gan ze da wa ran do ba am, jung ze zhe wa ran do na yang, gong bo jiang yan chu nye ne, ge me bar yang tong war xiu, so je nang gen tar do be, sem jing gen dong zhe ze ser, jie dan jiang yang zhong ze ba, da so ju ban den zhe xiu. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is some bomb may arise, where it is bomb may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By the blessing of the Buddhas who attain the three kayas, by the blessing of the inner truth of Dharma, and by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the Mary Asher bear fruit. By the virtue as pure as white snow of the mountains, May the teachings of Renashiri flourish in the 10 directions and disappear the ignorance of all sentient beings that they will at last achieve the Buddha's perfection of wisdom. Sancho semcho rinpoche ma chi pa nam chi jor che chi pa nyam pa me pa yang gong ni gong den pe wa re xiu san jie ge son yi pe xin la dang Chü nye men jör den be sin la dang gen de me sin de be sin la chi jia da ngo yen mon lan zhe ba re xiu nam da gan re da ga re ge wa dang ren jien den bai so jie jie ba dang Ji di me xie de mo nam zhe xin, tar zin san jie yi xie do ba re xiu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
We finish
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
today.
Thank you, Khenpo Rinpoche.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
very much.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, everyone.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you,